Oh, yeah, pipe smokers. I'm Paul Gilson. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel. And so we have this Hilson pipe that we're cleaning up. And as you saw, we did the salt and alcohol treatment. Well, no, you didn't see it. I said I was going to do the salt and alcohol treatment, so that's what we did. The salt was pure white, so we plugged up the end of the pipe. And that right there is your ghost. That's the reason why we did the salt and alcohol treatment to start with, because I could just tell, even after I reamed this pipe out down to bare wood, it smelled like an old cedar chest, or just like a real old dresser when you open up the drawer and smell it, or like an old attic or a dank basement. Some people describe it as a sour or bitter smell or taste when you're smoking your pipe. It isn't. It just tastes old and gross. So that's the ghost. Let's see what we got. I'm going to scrape it out into this little bowl. Wow, this is really hard. Yeah. That is the ghost. And it's still damp from the alcohol. Ooh. Boy. That's your ghost. So we're just going to rinse it out with some tap water. We'll be right back. Okay, so we got all the salt out of the bowl. And like I said, I got the carbon off the top of the bowl. I reamed the bowl out down to bare wood. This is the plug that I had in the end of the pipe. Look at all that gross. Yep, you can smell the ghost down there too. But if I smell in here, or I don't taste any ghost. The true test will be when we smoke it. Now, when I first took that plug out and I rinsed it out with water, and I didn't submerge it in water or anything, I just lightly rinsed it out just to make sure I got all the salt and stuff out of it. And that was the first pipe cleaner that I put back up in there. Look at that. That's gross. So all of that gunk and stuff that had been soaking for 24 hours, and how your pipe gets ghosted, somebody smokes a pipe for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. They may smoke different blends. A lot of those old guys like one blend, two blends. And man, so whatever they smoked, all of the tar and that was in the tobacco they smoked soaked into the briar. And a lot of times, that's why you'll get a wet pipe. Why all of a sudden you'll be like, why is there moisture in my pipe so quickly? It's because the briar is just so saturated with tars and so forth. So you just do the salt treatment on it. Basically, the salt treatment, you put a plug in, you need some saran wrap, you fold a pipe cleaner in half along the fat side, shove her up in there as tight as you can get it. You fill it up with Morton kosher coarse salt. Don't use table salt or you'll explode your pipe. Morton kosher coarse table salt. Fill that up, kind of get it down into the whole pipe after you have it plugged, and then put the highest percentage of alcohol that you can. I use Everclear, which is like 190 proof. Okay, it's almost pure grain alcohol. But if you get a real high alcohol vodka or something, I like to use something that's not going to leave an aftertaste, so I wouldn't use like whiskey or anything like that. So that's how the ghost gets in your vintage pipes. All right. And I think we got the ghost out now. So that's, we're going to let that dry. And now in our OxiClean, which is pretty, that's not too gross. I've seen grosser. We have our stem. So the stem had just a ton of oxidation on that. We're going to take care of that right now, and I'm going to pause the video and we'll be right back. Okay, so we went through and I took the stem and I polished it, and then I decided to run some pipe cleaners through it. Yuck. With Everclear on them. And so I took the green and yellow scrubbies that you have to wash the dishes. I got most of the junk off of the stem, most of the oxidation. And then what I did is I took the finest steel wool that I could find, which what I'm using is 0000. All right, so quadruple lot buck. All right, that's what I'm using. Super fine. I went over the whole stem completely. Took me about 15 minutes. And then I actually used this other stuff. Well, I'll show you. Actually, with a cotton cloth, I use this stuff called Vim. I actually saw it. A pipe guy was showing me on YouTube how to redo your stems and make them look like new without having to use a polishing wheel. So you just need this Vim. You can order it right off of Amazon, and a cotton cloth, a clean cotton cloth, and then you just put it on the cotton cloth and just keep rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it. Well, I only did that for about 10 minutes, but still, this is how that stem turned out. I mean, it's got a pretty good shine on it for just rubbing on it for 10 minutes. And we've got this down to bare wood. Yeah. Right down there on the bottom is, this is the pipe. I don't know if the camera will catch that or not. There we go. There we don't go. There we go. Yeah. So that's the pipe. It's a, I had it upside down. That's the pipe there. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, Hilson Largo, made in Belgium, bowl number 108. So, not too bad for, basically, I don't know, about an hour's worth of work. We brought this Hilson rusticated pipe back to pretty close to its original beauty. And now I really, because I ran water through this, should wait. But although I did have alcohol that was soaking that, so we might be able to smoke it. Let me pause the video and think about it. Oh yeah, so we're back, and hopefully this pipe, this is not a full-on restoration. This is a cleanup where, I did the stem, cleaned off all the gunk off of this was a dried up, nasty looking old pipe, cleaned up all the gunk off the outside of the bowl, totally reamed it out down to bare wood, did the salt and alcohol treatment to it, cleaned it out again and again and again. And so we have what I like to break my pipes in with, my vintage pipes, is some Cornell and Diehl Two Friends Celtic Mist. Yeah. Let's see if that ghost is still there. Here we go. Let's set it on fire. I actually decided to do it. It was very sunny out today. Now it's starting to get a little cloudy. So the porch was probably about 120 degrees. I didn't set the stem on that type of heat, but I set the bowl upside down on it and dried it out enough where I'm comfortable with it. So here we go. Don't taste anything yet, but Two Friends Celtic Mist, that's a good sign. But that's just the char light. Now it's a big bowl. And remember, I reamed this down to bare wood, so I'm going to smoke it light. Yeah. Wanted to make sure that all the alcohol had evaporated out of there because I didn't want to turn into Richard Pryor and set myself on fire. Yeah. Still don't taste no ghost. Now, if you do the salt and alcohol treatment, which I've got videos on that on YouTube, just look up salt and alcohol treatment for pipes. You'll find it. There's a million of them. You'll find a few of mine. If you do that for the first time, and it still tastes like old lady's underwear, do it again. Or leave the same salt in it and just fill it up again with alcohol and let it sit for another day. And when you come home the next day, a lot of that's going to be evaporated out. Fill it up again and let it sit for another day after that. I think we rid ourselves of the ghost of this beautiful pipe, put back into service, looking gorgeous. Now, I thought about taking and sanding the crown of the pipe down, but this is just for personal use, you know. And it's really not in that bad a shape. It's not gnawed up or anything really badly. So I just left it the way it was. I could just imagine some old guy, like just grabbing a handful of Prince Albert for 40 years and just shoving it down in there, you know. But that's all gone. Huh? Success. And there it is, right there. You saw it in part one before, and here she is after. Restored to glory, I guess. There it is. Yeah. Bottom of the pipe. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Hope you enjoyed part 2 of this video. It's a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but oh well. Over and out.